तुम्हारे साथ का अनुभव बड़ा निराला है, तुम्हारे साथ का अनुभव बड़ा निराला है। मिले न स्वर्ग में वो सुख लुटाने वाला है, तुम्हारे साथ का अनुभव बड़ा निराला है।
But I like that blessing this morning, so much. That kind of attitude has to be lived naturally. Once we do that, it keeps us so much at peace, I tell you. Always at peace. Because a server is there to help, won't trouble anyone. And if you help anyone, what's the reaction? You help anyone, what do they say? What would you say? Thank you. See, you receive blessings automatically. So this is a very subtle attitude we have to develop. Being on godly service always. Baba says, even when you are sleeping, you are on godly service. Your sleep should be such. But while you are sitting in silence, in meditation, it has to be conscious thought of service. Don't go to sleep at that time. Otherwise, what happens? People sitting around you, will they give you blessings? Have you visualized golden age any time? Do you visualize any time? What kind of life will be there? So I suggest one thing to Miraben, that you have a class on golden age. We all join together in creating the picture of golden age. And then all the ideas, all the visualizations put together will create a big canvas of golden age. You just think about it. Spend one morning in that and see how beautiful it becomes. See, so far, whatever golden age paintings are there, they have very limited material in it. A palace, a garden, Sri Lakshmi Narayan, Radhe Krishna and other children playing around, a few animals, you hardly see any birds. I was so fascinated yesterday sitting in the small garden over there in Shantivan. Little sparrows, colorful sparrows, different colors, just making their sound and playing with the flowers, trying to pick something from the flower. And then the other birds coming around.
बचपन के दिन भुला न देना, आज हंसे कल रुला न देना, आज हंसे कल रुला न देना, ओ बचपन के दिन भुला न देना।
Om Shanti. Transform the old sanskars and perform the dance of harmonizing sanskars. Equanimity in praise and defamation. You will be loving to one another when you harmonize sanskars and thoughts with one another. However, be cautious that your stage is not dependent on praise. Otherwise, you will continue to fluctuate. Many children want the fruit of whatever they do. If they are praised, their stage remains good. But if someone defames them, they put aside their stage and move away from everyone. However, when you maintain equanimity in praise and defamation, there won't be a conflict of sanskars. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Avekti Parivar. Today's day 11. Transform the old sanskars and perform the dance of harmonizing sanskars. Today's topic, equanimity in praise and defamation. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti. Everyone okay? Yes? Full and happy, right? Any of the teachings, any of the description of the stage, which we all should have, who comes in front of us? Of course, Dadis are, but first is Brahma Baba. When Baba began his journey and he started chanting Om and start speaking about teachings of Gita, was a good crowd, and crowd keep increasing. And of course, that was praise or approval, acceptance of Baba. So naturally, when you look at people accepting you or appreciating what you're doing, it's a kind of praise, right? But then on the other side, the opposition began. And people start saying so many abusive things even. He is kidnapping, he is leading women into, they are just running away. And also about teachings. Baba used to talk about Gita spoken by Shiv Baba because they believe Sri Krishna speaking Gita. So there were two contrast situations. Very interesting. No? Baba smiled. Baba heard everything, but he didn't respond to any. He didn't. He didn't say, see how many people like me or how many are against me. No. He never mentioned. Once he said that you have to be the incarnation of getting defamation. Kalankidhar. He did say something, not much. That means his own intoxication of being God's child, God's instrument, God's chariot. He was not only in that intoxication, but he kept playing his part. Because sometimes you could get discouraged. How good I am doing. It had been so wonderful. It is truth. But people don't recognize. So they defame. A lot of thoughts can come. But Baba was not affected. Because recognition of God, what I am attaining, what he was attaining, it's not everyone believed or was attaining anything. Yes, by chanting Om, listening to, they were intoxicated. And they were really dancing in that love and happiness. But his part was different. He was chariot of God. So if we think about what his stage must be at that time, I always kind of imagine that. What must be Baba's stage? No fear. And his courage to continue as the message is. It didn't change. Many would come to Baba and say, everything is so good, but please don't talk about purity. Because we cannot do without vices. And Baba said, I am not saying it. God is saying it. And he's saying through me, I cannot stop him. So he was very clear that he will continue, whatever happens, whatever response from those who know him or unknown people. So I think that if we keep that example, what was in his thoughts, in his stage, that he could maintain, same stage, whether it was criticism or whether it was praise. So, homework for today, not to fluctuate. remain very stable, continue and be victorious. So, homework for today, you will be loving to one another. That should be my principle, to love everyone. When you harmonize sanskars and thoughts with one another, however, be cautious that your stage is not dependent on praise. Give a lecture. You think that at least someone will say, it was very good, right? But you don't hear anything. And then we say, ask someone, how was my lecture? It was good, but you don't hear much. So what you think? So Baba says otherwise, that means don't be dependent on praise. Otherwise, you will continue to fluctuate. Many children want the fruit of whatever they do. I remember when Dari Janki in London or here will give talk, she will just think, I said what Baba told me. Whatever are Baba's teachings are my teachings. So Baba says, if they are praised, their stage remains good. But if someone defames them, then they put aside their stage and move away from everyone. However, when you maintain equanimity in praise and defamation, there won't be any conflict of sanskar. So somebody defamed and you go to that person and say, oh, that was so good what you said. Or we just say, well, anyway, that's how he sees it. Right? So check and then make your stage very stable. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti Didi, Om Shanti everyone in Avyakti Parivar. It's lovely to see so many of you here. Lovely to be with Didi. And I'm obviously reminded of the time when I was in Peace Village not so long ago, just maybe a month or so ago. And so beautiful memories, beautiful conversations. So I'm happy to have this opportunity to be with you and to be with Didi. So thank you for this. Thank you, Bhumi Ben, for pushing me to do it. Here is very early in the morning, you know. And so, yeah, I need a bit of a push from Bhumi Ben to make sure that I become present here. So this is a great topic today, of remaining equal in praise and defamation. And I have to say, I was remembering Dadi Janki. And the reason why I was remembering her was that obviously Dadi didn't rely on praise, but she used to like feedback. So what's the difference between wanting feedback and wanting praise?
Because it's the feeling that if I know what could be better, like someone told Dadi Janki that when you give talk, if you say 1, 2, 3, 4, people remember. But if you just talk for 20 minutes.
Right.
So she remembered. She told me one time, this is what I have been told. So feedback is like things are new, country is different, people are different. So if I know, then I can add certain things or say things in a different way. So that's for learning. That's not just
That's nice.
to hear appreciation.
That's nice that it's for learning and not just hearing good things about yourself or how you did something. So that's a nice way of looking at it, that it's a learning that you are looking for, what you can improve for next time. But I was thinking also that when someone has, or we all been through phases maybe, that we have the desire for praise. So one thing is to use dhyan and think, well, I shouldn't want this because I should do this or I should do that. But what is it that's lacking in the self? Fundamentally, that's wanting me to want praise.
I think basically it is lack of self-trust. And when there is lack of self-trust, then you want to hear something. And I feel that one is for me, but if I have to do for someone else, I should do. Because let's say somebody is given talk first time, and I want that soul to continue. So I will say, it was really good talk. You really made it very clear. You know, saying certain things, I don't think could be, is it praise, but it is more on learning side, helping souls to create more self-trust and understand their part. Like in London, no, when we all were together, Janti and Dadi, myself, and we will go to this place, no? What was the place name? Where we will give talks.
SAGB, Spiritual Association of Great Britain.
So Dadi in the car will ask all of us to share on the topic. And I thought it was very useful because when everyone told, you could put together the whole topic. But if he just used to ask Dadi, give us some points, Dadi said, no, we all will share points. So it's like churning together and then speaking. So it was something, so same I see it like knowing what is the right way, knowing that what more I can say. You know, I don't know, it's like expecting any praise, but help is like cooperation. You know. I remember I heard someone say that we don't write script for others. It's drama, they're playing their part. But I like that.
Nice, yeah.
You want this way, you want. But we don't write script for anyone.
Right.
So sometimes those who are really honest and they want to serve, they're looking for some clues which can help them to do it better. So it's not maybe desire for praise.
Right.
And some, like I was thinking that if I am honest, I remembered Baba. And when I spoke, I really spoke very well. I cannot take praise because I know that Baba was helping me. You know, if Baba is helping me, then if I say, oh, I was so good, no, internally even, that is accepting. And that's not honesty.
I have to say, yeah. Go ahead,
If I am honest, it was really Baba's help. You will praise Baba. You will sing songs for Baba, not for yourself.
That's nice because I, even till today, I find myself, especially if I have to do a talk, I especially have to remember Baba. I especially think that I must remember Baba, you must help me. And I don't, even today, after doing it for many years, I still feel that I need Baba's help to say the right things in the right way as well. But the other thing I'm finding these days, more and more people want acknowledgement. As an instrument, I find that people say, well, you don't acknowledge I did this, you don't acknowledge how I did it or how much I did. And yeah, this is an interesting aspect because we never grew up every 5 minutes that they didn't say, oh, well done, you did that, or well done, did that. It never happened. You saw the love, but you didn't you didn't have to hear the words. But I find nowadays people want to hear.
Yeah, because even generally, there was some new students and they became regular. When we going to be acknowledged in class? So I said, but you are part of the family. Or when the new ones, so what we do, some centers very nicely. After some time, they have badge ceremony or they give diary and they announce in the class, these are the new ones, new members of the family. They feel, one person said, it's 10 months I had been coming, but nobody made me feel that I am a student. Or, it could be both ways. The systems in the world are changing. So acknowledgement has become very common. Maybe we didn't need it.
Yeah, maybe we didn't need it. That's what it was. So that's good. It's good to get these differences of feedback, acknowledgement, praise. All these things are different things and they mean different things. I want to talk about this theme that we have this month, and it's also the theme of Double Foreigners program season of harmonizing sanskars. So ever since I've been in Madhuban here, and every time I sit in Baba's remembrance, I especially have the awareness that I want to change, that I want to become pure and clean. So what do you feel is the difference between changing sanskars, or is there a difference in changing sanskars and becoming pure? Or purifying? Remembrance that purifies and remembrance that changes my sanskar, is that the same thing? Is that different, or what's happening?
What I realized that soul is pure. Purity is soul's original sanskar. And if my awareness, like I am in soul consciousness, then purity will emerge, right? But when it comes to thoughts, it's changing. Like if a very useless thought is coming or negative, I say I must change it. But as far as sanskars, I feel that I can emerge and also create new sanskars. More I emerge, I'm a loveful soul, I'm a pure soul, I'm a peaceful soul. Then you are not changing, you are emerging. Your eternal self. And they feel very good, Changing sometimes could require some force, some determination.
Right.
But I like the practice to think of my original qualities. So, my eternal qualities. It's not forceful, but it's very natural.
Right.
So I would suggest, we had been using sanskar, always thinking about changing. Now, when it comes to purification, then from tamo to rajo, right? So the alloy which we have has to be burned in Baba's remembrance, the fire of yoga. That's something different. When the alloy of silver, alloy of each age has to be burned. That is purification.
Right.
So purification is important because all the alloy has to be burned, right? So one is practice, eternal stage. Second is also purify. See, purification is still different than just be pure, becoming pure. Becoming pure, soul is pure. But also becoming pure is alloy being burned. No, Baba says sometimes, I am purifier, remember me, and your sins will be absorbed. So that is like purification.
So can you describe an experience that you've had of this purification?
Let's say there are certain qualities, bad or good. They depend on your stage of purity, right? Now, the most stage is where you are at the lowest. And what you do, you promise, I will do this, and you will never do, even with yourself or others. And that's the most stage. But when your alloy is removed, your habit also changing.
Yes.
That means now you are Rajo. In Rajo, everything you do, you mix it. In the sense of thoughts or anything, you just mix it. It's, let's say I'm thinking of yesterday, I'm thinking of past. That's Rajogun. Because Rajogun basically defined as stale, something is stale. So thinking of past is really, I'm using something, food from yesterday.
Right.
So that's Rajogun. Yeah. Now we are becoming Sato. It's very original, very pure Sato. But then Sato Pradhan stage is the highest. In Sato Pradhan stage, you always think elevated. You always have good wishes. Always you find you are very positive. So you see the change which happened. That is purification.
But is it something that happens in remembrance? Or is it that you have remembrance over a long period of time and then you see this process happening inside the soul and you're living this change? You're living this change because you've had remembrance over a period of time.
Not necessary. From day one, we do remember Baba, right? It's not question of long term. And we see changes start happening from very beginning.
Right.
And these changes are not only of habits, but they are very subtle changes. Like now you don't look at faults of anyone. Now you don't like to talk about anyone. Like some of the changes from very beginning. That means remembrance is purifying you.
Nice.
From very beginning.
Nice.
But then some of the habits, sanskars, are like very deep. Some. And some easily change.
Right.
So this is how we see that there is no tamogun. You really feel inside there was tamogun, and there was rajogun. And now most of Baba's children are between the border of Rajo and Sato. Then some also are between Sato and Sato Pradhan. And some are in that Sato Pradhan state.
So do you think it's important for us to take stock of this on a daily basis or a weekly basis to say, okay, this is now changing. I'm seeing this is changing within me. So my remembrance is successful, inverted commas.
No, because you talked about purification.
Yes.
So it's good to kind of, not every week, maybe every month, but we should look at overall, what is my thinking these days? What's my attitude? like, many things. Now Baba says, just be carefree.
Mm.
Just give me everything. That we had been doing from beginning.
Mm.
But I find that I could now. When I give to Baba, I give to Baba.
Mm.
It doesn't come back.
Nice.
So there must be some progress, either
Yeah.
in remembrance or dharana or
Yeah.
trust in Baba. So we do assess. It's good to assess. And also assess that what you haven't been able to change.
Mm-hmm.
What bothers you, what affects you.
Mm.
Some news does, some don't.
Mm. So do you think that the game, if you like, I'm calling it a game, the liberty of effort, is purely about paying attention? I remember Dadi asking Dadi Gulza once, what is the effort you're making? And she said, attention. I'm paying attention. And I realized nowadays, actually, even that the essence of effort is attention. That until the end, that's something we're going to have to continue to do.
Yeah, one is caution, others is attention. In the beginning, we are cautious.
Right.
More. And then we get shocked. Oh, I didn't do this. This didn't go down. But now with attention, which is more natural, more royal. Like you are walking. If you don't walk attentively, you could fall.
Mm.
And once Dadi Janki told someone, this sister fell. Daddy said, stop falling. I said, Daddy, she's hurt. So then we found out what Daddy said was right.
Right.
Because she was coming down the stairs and looking up and talking to someone. So she missed a step.
Right.
Since then, I immediately say, attention.
Right.
Is important.
Mm. So I don't know how much more time we have, Bhumi Ben. Do we have a bit more time, or we should finish in a few minutes?
Almost.
5 more minutes? Okay. So there was another topic I wanted to introduce, but I think we have to leave it for next time now, because that's a big topic in itself. And this was from today's Murli. Well, today for them and yesterday for us, the Murli, where Baba said some very interesting things about his part and his role. And so, but I want, that we'll have to leave it for another time. But today, this aspect of paying attention, my sense is, I know for myself how much it takes for me to pay attention. Do you feel that as a family, we're becoming more conscious of attention, or are we still a little bit, maybe not careless, but it takes attention to pay attention.
There is tension of attention.
Right, that's it. Baba's spoken of that.
Yeah, I think need to have a kind of inner patience, not hurry, worry, this hurry, worry nature. We lose attention. But if you are calm, if you are loving, if you want to be always in a good nature, good mood, then attention is not only must, but should be there. And yeah, it's a really good practice. It comes with maturity. Even in Lokik way, physically, everyone falls, young one, old one, but old ones are natural attentive. So same with when you are mature as a Brahmin, you are naturally attentive.
My sense is for you now, I mean, we spoke about this aspect when I was in Peace Village, about how we've seen your process of transformation. And I have the sense from you that you're constantly attentive. So do you feel that obviously that has increased for you over this, how many years? You've been with Baba for 65 years now, more even, that this is increased for you
Within 5 years, yes.
within 5 years.
Yeah, it has, definitely.
Yeah, we can see that and we can feel, and I think your presence or your stage is even beyond maturity. It's not about maturity. There's probably another stage that's beyond maturity. That's the feeling. Okay, but before Sister Bhumi asks us to finish, I want to ask you one more question. And that is that it's been the days of Navratri, the worship of the goddesses. And I remember Dadi Kumarka saying that at Amrit Vela, she hears the calls of the bhagats. So what experience do you have about that? This feeling that your bhagats are calling out to you, especially during Navratri. Do you have that sense?
Yeah. One is that, but other also, early morning, I find I wake up around 2 o'clock.
Mm.
And so some thoughts, like, it begins with some thoughts. And I say, oh, they need some response, they need attention,
Wow.
they need.
Wow.
So it happens within the Brahmin family. But also, because divinity within us, like I feel, is more in an awakened stage
Right.
during these days.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, divinity is something I find very natural. And sometimes so difficult when people around you are very low.
Not so divine. Not so divine.
Very low-key. If we all can do one day
Right.
together.
Yeah, that would be very
As
nice.
Nirvai said,
Yes.
everyone talks on what will be in golden age.
Yes.
It could be a big, big
Yes.
picture there. Same with divinity.
Mm. Yeah.
No, so definitely. Invocation is there.
Mm. Well, I sense you are surrounded by divinity here. Everybody here is very angelic and very gentle and soft and sweet. Is that true? Yeah, they're all smiling.
They are in the process.
Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you so much. That's very
Thank
lovely. And I'll have to go back and listen as well. So thank you, everyone.
Mhm.
Lovely being with Didi, and I'm sure we'll meet again.
Yeah, next time we will talk about recognition of God.
Yes, that's what we
I
wanted to
had
talk
very
about.
beautiful thoughts this morning.
Oh, right. Okay, so we have to do it soon. We can talk. We can talk. We've got permission if you want to talk about it.
Not now.
No, not now. Which we will lose. So the question was going
Just
to be
1 minute. That for me, first recognition of God was through Lord Krishna.
right.
And then was with Brahma Baba.
Mm-hmm.
And very beautiful experiences were coming. And then, of course, all of us for each other,
Mm-hmm.
recognition. That means many manifestation of the qualities
Mm-hmm.
is helps us to recognize what
Mhm.
God will be.
Right.
So many different things. But
Well,
this was main thing,
yes.
that how did I recognize? Because I was devotee of Krishna.
Mm-hmm.
So joyful, loveful, and truth, playful.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
I never saw Krishna like Mahatma Buddha or anyone. Lord Krishna. And then I saw Brahma Baba. They had a lot of similarity.
Nice.
So this morning, both came in front of me. I really used to love Krishna.
Right.
And had a good relationship.
Mm. Well, what we really wanted to talk about was this aspect. When Baba said today for them, yesterday for us, was that Baba doesn't have the order to go into the golden age, right? And so the question we were going to explore was, when Baba has also said in the past, to know God as He is, what He is, how He is. So what does it really mean to understand God in that way? And Baba says, amongst us also, there are very few who truly know Him as He is. And so to explore that, I think would be a very interesting. So we'll have to fix that. Bhumiben, one day to especially talk about that. But today, thank you very much. And
Thanks, Mandavan.
see you another time.
Did
I'm
you-
going up today to Pandit Bhavan.
Did you walk from your?
Yeah. But it's good
okay?
walk. Yeah. It's absolutely fine. Great. Thank you.
Okay.
Om
Thank you.
Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Didi. Thank you, Vrindavan. That was a beautiful conversation. And yes, we look forward. You tell me the day. Okay, so tomorrow is Saturday. And our schedule from Amrit Vela 3:30 a.m. to 4:45 a.m. Meditation will start at 6 a.m. followed by Hindi avec Muli until 8:30. 1:30 to 3 p.m. avec the children class. 3 to 4 p.m. avec the youth class. 6 o'clock Bhakti will start followed by Hindi series, English series, and chit chat. Now let's remember Baba and take drishti from Didi.
तेरी याद का दीप जले मन में, एक जोत जगे इस जीवन में। तेरी याद का दीप जले मन में, एक जोत जगे इस जीवन में। रहता है कमल जैसे जल में, रहता है कमल जैसे जल में। मैं मुक्त हूँ तन के बंधन में, तेरी याद का दीप जले मन में। सचमुच वो घड़ी बड़ी अद्भुत, तेरे ध्यान में जब खो जाता हूँ। सचमुच वो घड़ी बड़ी अद्भुत, तेरे ध्यान में जब खो जाता हूँ। अंबर के पार बसा है तू, अंबर के पार बसा है तू। पर अपने पास ही पाता हूँ। देखूं मैं तुझको चिंतन में, तेरी याद का दीप जले मन में। एक जोत जगे इस जीवन में, तेरी याद का दीप जले मन में। तेरे अमर मिलन का गीत मधुर, मेरा रोम रोम नित गाता है। तेरे अमर मिलन का गीत मधुर, मेरा रोम गाता है, अंतर का ये आनंद किसी से कभी कहा नहीं जाता है। अनुभव करता हर धड़कन में तेरी याद का दीप जले मन में, एक ज्योत जगे इस जीवन में, रहता है कमल जैसे जल में, रहता है कमल जैसे जल में। मैं मुक्त हूँ तन के बंधन में, तेरी याद का दीप जले मन में।
Om Shanti, Om Shanti.